Hey, and welcome to Game Domain. Today we are talking about PlayStation 4 exclusives under $30. A few facts. The average gamer only spends about 20 hours with each game they play. Only 10% of games bought are ever finished. Video games that don't make money in their first few weeks after release are considered financial failures. This leads to a disappointing truth. A lot of video games get bought just because the buyer wants something new. And that attitude of buying the newest thing because it's new can cause folks to overlook good games whose only crime is being a bit old. The PlayStation 4 is swimming in fine games that come in at under $30, and today we are going to focus on some of them. God of War 3 Remastered. I've heard people talk about God of War's story, and I don't think those people have played God of War. It's like saying Doom needs a good story. It doesn't, and neither does God of War. You kill things, and then you kill more things, and then you collect some orbs and unlock some more creative ways to kill things, and then repeat that until you kill the last of the things. It's fluid, it's varied, it's fun, and with the HD remaster, you can look even better while killing things. There's a reason God of War is in the pantheon of the spectacle fighter gods. Just don't let Kratos hear you say pantheon. Heavy Rain Beyond Two Souls combo pack. Quantic Dream's Detroit Become Human is coming out this year. There's a lot of debate over whether Quantic Dream's narrative-heavy, dramatic games are actually good, or if they're just pretentious non-games. I like them, and if you wanted to find out for yourself before Become Human is released to inevitably fawning critical praise, you can get Quantic's previous games, Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls, for about $30 in this combo pack. There are two games with deep, well-told stories and innovative mechanics. You can see the improvements unfold from Heavy Rain to Two Souls, where the story and gameplay get more ambitious. If you like something that appeals to your emotions and dares to try some new things with the game elements, they're worth checking out. Again, that's two full games for $30. Gravity Rush Remastered. Gravity Rush introduces you to a fully three-dimensional world. The world has literal height, as protagonist Cat floats around it while manipulating gravity, and the people of the world have depth as Cat meets them and becomes involved in their stories. I've heard that Gravity Rush 2 improves on the mechanics of Gravity Rush, and that seems likely to be honest, but I'm here for Cat, and I'm here for her story. It manages to stay positive and lighthearted, while still serving up consequences that are weighty enough to feel relevant. Last of Us Remastered. The Last of Us was released in 2013, and I might have to check, but I believe it won every Game of the Year award for 2013. If you're listening to this, you have either played The Last of Us and you know what I'm talking about, or you haven't gotten around to it yet. Maybe you've never heard of it before, that's fine too. The Last of Us has a mature story with solid gameplay that makes it worth playing. No matter why you haven't hit it up yet, if you own a PS4, now is the time to spend quality time with Joel and Ellie in a zombie-infested post-apocalypse. Ratchet & Clank. Ratchet & Clank has been a consistently excellent series, and the 2016 Ratchet & Clank is no exception. It's a reimagining of the original 2002 game, but it adds enough that it feels like the rework was justified. I don't want Insomniac Games to remake every title in the series, but I couldn't imagine crying about it either, because Ratchet & Clank 2016 is good. It's got solid platforming whose responsiveness, weapons breadth, and level design show the extra work afforded by the series' definitive simple graphic style. It doesn't hurt that it cribs from the original, but that's used to make a novel experience that effectively borrows nostalgia for the original. If you like platformers, you should check it out. Uncharted Collection. Uncharted knows what it's about, son. Fighting, platforming, beautiful environments, straightforward emotional beats. Uncharted gets heat sometimes because it's not Beyond Two Souls or The Last of Us. Well, it's a video game. Uncharted is probably as close as you can get to the platonic form of a video game. Uncharted 4 A Thief's End came out last year, and you can hunt around and maybe get it for less than $30 retail, or for less than that, you could get the Uncharted Collection. It's the first 3 installments of a classic series, all remastered and available in one package. 3 back-to-back games with the wit, gunplay, and set pieces that make them a visceral joy from start to finish. I don't want to overuse the word classic, but if you don't have this series, you should take a look at the collection. Journey. It's Journey, the beautiful, wordless, emotive game released on the PlayStation Network in 2012. It's an experience that's so hard to quantify. The worst thing I can say about Journey is that it's relatively short. It's not a game that you buy and then play out for the rest of the week. It's only about $15, which is a reasonable price point, but it is shorter than everything else in this list. Bloodborne. Bloodborne might be the one here that is shorter than Journey, but that depends on your tolerance for frustration. Bloodborne is a hard game. It's a hard game. In a good way though. I never played any of From Software's Souls games before Bloodborne, but Bloodborne lived up to the hype. If, like me, you'd heard of Dark Souls but never got around to playing it, Bloodborne is the point to jump on. Bloodborne isn't technically a Souls game, it's a different franchise made as a PS4 exclusive and it has some different mechanics, but it's a dark game with scary enemies that kick your character all over the level until you get good. As near as I can tell, that makes it a Souls game, and I heartily recommend it. Until Dawn. Until Dawn is a clever little game. The horror genre is all about removing agency, so it's kind of a miracle that Until Dawn balances that with giving you real choices. There are plenty of games that pretend your choices matter by giving some rando a new hat if you say you like hats in a cutscene or whatever. But Until Dawn lets your choices matter, even if you don't always get exactly what you choose. It is scary and it can be gory in some places, but it's self-aware, which takes some of the bite out of it. Until Dawn is a horror experience that isn't afraid to hold your hand, but it's really great because it chooses the right moments to let your hand go. Resogun. Resogun is a classic arcade shooter with the kind of upgrades you'd expect of a current-gen console. It's got no story except to save the last humans. You kill enemies by shooting and moving through cylindrical levels, and yeah, they turn to moving into a weapon, so you are always killing aliens. You gain upgrades and try to save humans inside of destructible environments. It's frenetic, colorful fun that you can pick up and put down easily. The DLC packs introduce new weapons upgrades, new play modes, and new level elements. Resogun in both packs, Heroes and Defenders, total at about $25. That's all 10. If we forgot any budget games you enjoy playing on your PS4, let us know in the comments and we'll see if we can give it some attention in a later episode. And remember, if you liked this video, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for listening. This has been Van Velding for Game Domain.